What's up, H3 Cruisers? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about bucket list cruises, dream cruises, however you want to word it, because I have a few and I think you guys have some as well for the most part. So let's get right to it. Okay, H3 Cruisers, before we get into the episode and all the information about the dream cruises or bucket list cruises, however you want to word them, there's a couple things I want to remind you guys before we get started, as always. If you like the content in this episode, as always, remember to hit that thumbs up button below. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, as it does help out the channel. And lastly, if you want to show your support for the channel, make sure if you like any videos, you share them. And also, if any ads pop up, don't click that skip now button, right? Now, on to this dream cruise or bucket cruise list. I have a few, and I know you guys do as well. I've been reading a lot of your comments over on the Facebook page. I see a lot of you want to do the Alaska cruise, the Panama Canal cruise, and it seems like we got some similarities with those dream cruises. So, my first dream cruise or bucket list cruise is going to be the Alaska cruise, but there is requirements before I take that cruise. And basically, I drove a semi for 6 years, 2 years over the road. I've been through 46 states. The only ones I haven't seen is Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Alaska. So my only requirement before that Alaska cruise is that I see Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. I'll probably fly out there one day, rent a car for a couple hours, hit those 3 states, and say, hey, I was there. And then book the Alaska cruise, because I want the Alaska cruise to be like the celebration cruise. Go, that's it, that's 50 states, I've seen them all, I've been in every single state, and that to me is the best way to finish the 50 states, is with a 15-day cruise to Alaska out of Long Beach. That's my goal of what I'm going to do. Now, that is only one of many bucket list cruises. I do want to also do the 15-day Hawaii cruise. I've been to Hawaii. Hawaii is beautiful. I've been to multiple islands. But to see it from a different point instead of flying there and being on different islands, it would be nice to take that cruise, since obviously the food's all inclusive, and I don't have to worry about the airfare and the hotels and the traveling around and all that stuff. I get to see the islands. I get the food, the unlimited ice cream. It's a win-win. So, of course, I want to see the island, by getting there on a ship. As a cruiser, why wouldn't I want that? Then I have, obviously, the same as you guys, is the Panama Canal cruise. One of those transit cruises, whether the ship's going from Long Beach to Miami or Miami to Long Beach, it doesn't matter. Basically, I just want to go through the Panama Canal and get to, really enjoy that. There is another one on this list that I'm excited, because I'm going to cross this one off next year for sure. I just didn't know it was on my bucket list until it was booked, and that is going to be out of New Orleans. And the only reason is because the ship is sailing through the Mississippi River, and it's about 7 hours from the point you leave the port of New Orleans till you hit the ocean. And I've heard that it is an amazing experience from going from river to ocean, and to be able to sail down the Mississippi River. So I'm quite excited about that one. That's going to be crossed off my bucket list, and hopefully in 2021 I'll cross off the Hawaii cruise. Hoping, not quite sure about that yet. I gotta wait and see how things go, but I'm planning it. Now, the other day, I found out another bucket list cruise that I didn't I've heard of them, but didn't really know they truly existed. Obviously, I've thought they were one-time things that just don't happen very often, but apparently they do, and they are not cheap. So let me get into the backstory of how this next and final bucket list cruise ended up on my list. So, there's one song that I keep listening to all the time. I love it. It's 99% Spanish. It's called Acapulco by Los Five. It's a great song. I wish I could, say all the lyrics, but I can't. Maybe one day. But I've, because of the song, it makes me kind of want to see Acapulco. I've never been there. I've heard good, I've heard bad. I've heard really bad, and I've heard good stuff. So either way, I do want to see Acapulco. Now, I went searching to see if any cruise lines do it, because I know Carnival doesn't go down to Acapulco. Then I saw Norwegian Cruise Lines says they do. Like I searched and it said Norwegian Cruise Lines and Port of Acapulco and all that. So I went to Norwegian site, and needless to say, they do not sail there either. Then I found another cruise, because I just searched cruises with that in the itinerary. And I found this bucket list cruise. And I'm thinking, obviously I can't do this while Savannah is in school, so I'm thinking maybe as a graduation present, if I can ever get to the point, like if it gets to the point where I can afford it, it would be an amazing graduation present for Savannah, and it would be just her and I on this cruise together that does hit Acapulco. It starts in Los Angeles, okay? Now, obviously, the itineraries will be different at some other point, but if it's the same as what I saw by this point in time, which is 18 years from now, it starts in Los Angeles, and it doesn't hit Acapulco till day... trying to remember. I think it was day 162. Yes, and it goes on longer. It actually goes 172 days. This is over half a year on a cruise ship. That's insane. Could you imagine getting to see pretty much the entire world? All those different countries that you would visit along the way, sailing so many different seas, oceans, from Pacific to Atlantic and everywhere else it hits. That is something that not very many people can say they do, but it comes with a very, very, very hefty price tag. So hopefully by the time Savannah graduates high school, I can maybe afford this amazing cruise. It's definitely the top of the bucket list, dream cruises, so to speak. And if you're wondering how much, it didn't show the inside cabins or the ocean view or balcony cabins. It just showed the suite price. And honestly, if I was to do this, the suite may be the way to go. Just because if you're on a cruise for over half a year, you're going to want some room in your room. So I think the suite is going to be the way I look at it, especially for the graduation gift. I just hope I can make it happen. But that price tag comes in at a whopping $72,500 per person. I'm wondering if that includes the taxes and the gratuities. I don't know, but it definitely is a very long cruise. It's definitely one of a kind, like a once-in-a-lifetime type thing, unless you're just really, really rich and can afford something like that. But, yeah, can you imagine? Like, especially all the videos I'd get to bring you guys if that came true. Like, the list of countries in 162 days... let's just say it was a lot. You were in port, there's points in the cruise where you go 3-4 days without hitting a port, but for the most part you're hitting ports constantly. I want to say there was like, out of the 162 days, there was maybe 80 to 90 different ports of call. So definitely, I don't think anything can top that on the bucket list at all, unless maybe it was a 300-day cruise. But 172 days at sea and seeing these different ports, I think that's it. But anyways, guys, leave your comments below. I want to know, not just on the Facebook, but over here on the YouTube as well. I like to see your comments here on the YouTube. If you can't see the comment section, you got to scroll all the way down. I know on the cell phones it's kind of hidden down there, but leave your comments. I want to know your dream cruises, those bucket list things you want to do. And maybe I'll talk about in another episode is what I've like what's on the bucket list as far as on a cruise, not specific cruise and itineraries, but what to do while on a cruise. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Take care. I love each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button or the subscribe button. Sorry, thumbs up and the subscribe button below. And I will talk to you guys in a later video. Take care. I'm out.